Hey friends, my name is Todd, Cate, and welcome to my show where I hope to equip you with all the tools you need for a healthy lifestyle that leads to sustained weight loss. Who am I? What the heck am I doing? Well, I've been a personal trainer for over a decade now. I've been a part of many people's journeys, hundreds of people. They've trusted me to play a role in their life along the way, whether it's for fat loss, whether it's for training for some sort of a fitness competition, or whether they just wanted to be stronger and healthier. People have trusted me to play a role in that. And over that time, I've learned so much, right? I started out as this youngish trainer who didn't know anything or thought he knew everything, but didn't know everything. And over time, I've really been able to put that ego aside and learn how to meet people where they are, learn what their goals are, and help them achieve their goals. And I've discovered so much wisdom along the way that I hope to share with you. And so I thank you so much for tuning into this video and letting me be a part of your fitness journey as well. So let's just get right to it. I don't want to waste any more of your time. What are we talking about today? Today we are going to talk about, we're going to talk about transformation. But let me paint a little picture for you. So have you ever known anyone who has, maybe they were overweight. Maybe they knew they needed to lose some weight and they signed up for some sort of fitness program or some sort of diet program. And you check back with them in a few weeks and they actually look better, like they've lost the weight, right? They did what they needed to do to get a little fitter, to get leaner, to lose some of that body fat that they wanted to do, which was their goal. They did the work. And you say, congratulations, you look so amazing. Great job. How did you do this? And they tell you how they did that. And then you talk to them several weeks later, maybe a month or two goes by, maybe 4 months, I don't know. And you see them again and you're like, oh, you don't look as lean as you did before. You're thinking this. You're not saying this because what kind of jerk would say that? But you realize that they put some of the weight back on. And what immediately comes to my mind in that situation is they did the work that they needed to do to achieve their goal, but they didn't do the overarching work of creating a new lifestyle that sustains that goal, right? They were able to put everything in a box and do whatever it took to hit this goal, but when real life hit, they didn't have the tools or the ability to sustain that goal. They didn't create a transformation. They were not transformed. And that's what we're going to talk about today is transformation. So in a perfect world, I'll paint another picture for you. In a perfect world, you realize, oh, hey, I need to lose some weight. I've got a little extra body fat and I'm concerned about it because I know that over time, that can become, if you gain 10 pounds over time, that can become 20 pounds. Then even more time, it can become 30. It can really add up. And, it's not a problem. I guess I just want to get this out of the way first. It's not a problem to be a little overweight. The problem comes when it hinders your life, right? When you're no longer able to do the things that you want to do. When you're no longer able to, I can use these examples, play with your kids. When you're not able to go on a simple, hike. You're not able to, you just realize that there are things that you used to be able to do that you're no longer able to do anymore. And that's why you feel like, this is a problem. I don't like this. I want to lose some weight. Okay, I just wanted to broach that subject, but we'll get to that in another video. I promise. So back to transformation. People didn't do the work that it took to transform their lives. They didn't create a sustainable solution for this goal that they wanted to achieve. So I have a definition of transformation. I'm sure there are many, but this is mine. My definition of transformation is consistent actions that lead to incremental changes that over time yield huge results. So let's break that down just a little bit, kind of like a point by point, all right? So consistent action. Everything that we do in life that we want to succeed at, get better at, or achieve comes with consistent action. You cannot expect to become a runner if you only go out and run one time. You cannot expect to become a swimmer, a cyclist, whatever, if you only do it one time. It is through consistency, consistent action that you achieve these goals. And the same thing for transformation. It's important to know that because you have to understand that when you are trying to make a lifestyle change, when you're trying to create a new path for yourself within your life, that it's going to come with consistency. So you have to begin the path with that in mind. Consistent action. All right, so let's go into the next part of that. Consistent action that leads to incremental changes. Okay? So incremental changes, what are we talking about? Well, I think when people start a journey, they would rather it be a jump off the cliff version of the story rather than the slow journey that in reality most people are going to have to do, right? It's a positive thing that you don't have to go and jump off the cliff. We're not trying to make huge, massive changes right out the gate. Why? Because you don't stick with those things, right? Think about all the times you're like, well, I'm going to quit doing this and also that, and then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to drink the gallon of water, and I'm going to quit, drinking the beer, and I'm going to, no more pizza for me, bro. Plus, I'm going to work out 2 times a day. That's a completely unrealistic standard that you have just set for yourself. That's the equivalent of jumping off the cliff, right? Whereas the other way, incremental changes means that you can adapt to these things easier over time and you haven't set yourself up for failure, right? So incremental changes lead to huge results. We'll get to that in just a second. I like to imagine myself on a walking trail. We have a wonderful walking trail in the town I live in. It's right next to like a creek and it's nature and everything. And, I like to imagine myself walking on the trail. Right? I'm walking in a straight line. But if I pivot, you are thinking friends when I say pivot, everybody does. If I pivot to the left just a fraction of an inch, right? If you carry that out over time, if you carry that out over a mile, well, my destination has completely changed, right? Whereas I was walking in a straight line with a finish line in front of me, pivoting just that slight fraction of an inch to the left changed where I ended up, right? And so that's an incremental change that has a massive impact on where you finish. So why incremental changes? Because it's not unrealistic, doesn't create a massive opportunity for failure. And it's just a small change that you can put into your life that has a massive impact as far as your destination, right? Okay, so we've got our consistent actions that lead to incremental changes over time, right? So we got that mile, like I was walking in a straight line for a mile. If I'm still walking a mile, over time, yield huge results. That's where I'm talking about that destination has completely changed, right? So we pivoted just a fraction of an inch, and my end goal is 2 completely different destinations. So what we're saying when we create a transformation is we are starting down a path, consistent action, one step in front of the other, incremental changes, not huge. I'm not giving up all the pizza, all the beer. I'm not starting a, crazy workout that's unsustainable. I'm not forcing myself to drink 2 gallons of water a day. All these like massive changes. We're not doing that. We're creating small changes that allow our body and our nature, kind of our daily lives, to adapt to, that over time yield huge results. We have a completely different destination, right? So we're started out, we're walking down this path. We are, eating all the good junk food, all the pizza, all the hamburgers, which hamburgers are my favorite food. I'm not gonna lie about it. I love it. So good for me. So good to me, in moderation. We're headed down one path, but we can make a change. We can transform. We can change our destination through consistent action that leads to incremental changes that over time yield huge results. Okay. I wanted to get through that and just tell you and just kind of start the video. This is my first video. I just wanted to start it, get it done, and I feel like we've done that today. So, again, thank you for listening to me. I hope that you come back. I do have a little guide that hits on some of these things. It's a habit guide because in reality, all of our actions are determined by habits, which I will talk more about that in another video. But you can get this guide. It just hits several key areas where you can focus on those changes, right? It gives you some areas that we can make changes. It tells you just a couple things about each one of those areas, and then it'll tell you what a good change would be, right? And so you can get that at toddcate.com/guide. And you will be added to my email list. Promise I will not sell your email to somebody else. You will get emails from me from time to time. But yeah, if you're interested in that, go check that out, toddcate.com/guide. And guys, I'll see you next time where we'll talk some more. Thanks.